Hey, everybody, please hold and go. Get in here. We got to start the show. Oh, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther, coming to you from Fort Worth, motherfucking Texas. We have got the very first show of 2025 here for you. That still works. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Let's get into it. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
I'm disappointed.
And we are
the Funky Panther!
Is that that Goose fucking beer? Goose head?
It's Yingling.
Gooseneck.
Gooseneck.
It's like the last chocolate porter that we've got from
Goose
like
Island.
a year ago.
Is that gooseneck?
Is that a gooseneck trailer you're drinking?
Dude, I popped open a Goose Island bourbon. The bourbon. Oh, is it
Bourbon barrel.
Yeah, the Bourbon
bitch.
County
yeah.
Stout or whatever.
Which year was it? Because I know I looked. I saw it was on like 2016. Like
The one we
old
got.
shit.
It was
which
a
is the one-
2016.
Really?
Which is
Oh,
the one
yeah.
that we got? Because I still have the one that
It was around 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
I mean,
still-
because that was when we were collecting beer, so that had been around the same time.
Yeah.
And
So I got the same one.
It was actually good.
Dude,
Yeah.
they hold up.
They do.
That bottle, I swear, would probably sell for $50 to $100 on the black market.
No.
Are you
fucking
serious?
way.
Yes.
And I drank it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man,
the only
I'm
reason.
A fool.
Because, well, I mean, now that you said it was good, I might still drink it. But
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was pretty good.
It's a gamble, and if you were to sell it, well, you know,
Jesse's like always pushing. Get rid of your bottles. I still got, dude. I've got Jester King in there from.
Ooh. I still have a Atrial.
Yeah, I've got an Atrial. That's what I'm saying. I got an Atrial that's probably like 4 years old.
On the group chat, is that a new hat? Tim, is that a new hat? Or Chad, is that a new hat?
Yeah, that's a new hat.
Oh, don't. Oh, my. Do that again. Oh, God. My name is Sensei Ledoux.
My lady.
God damn.
I don't care for that much.
It's Christy. You gotta tilt your hat.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a new hat. I picked this up. I picked this bad boy up in Eureka Springs. Let me tell you.
Eureka.
I'm trying to be a hat guy.
I've noticed.
Trying to be a hat guy.
You.
I mean, you pull off
do
a hat
pull off
well.
a hat.
I
very
have.
well.
I'm
you
a
know,
little jealous.
I
to be
almost
quite
bought a
honest with
top hat when we were in New Orleans several years ago.
you. You're not that much of a hat.
No, maybe if you had like curly hair like Slash from Guns N' Roses from
That would have
GNR.
been good. That would have been good. Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about hats.
You
and,
you bought a hat recently.
yeah.
And
I still it got stretched out as I like.
Heyo.
does it fit better now?
It fits
or?
a little better. Yeah. It's actually like wide enough to fit over.
And
it needs some alligator teeth on it.
Sometimes you just gotta like work it out. You know what I mean?
Yep, I
Get
know.
it to fit the way you need to.
Exactly.
you know,
That's
Chad.
exactly-
Chad tried your hat on, and I thought it looked good on Chad.
It was just a little big. It was
It's
a
a little
scotch
big.
too big. But yeah, I think there is a lot. I guess my head's big, not that big, but
Every-
big enough to like when I try on a normal hat in a store
You're just
without
like-
it being a nice one, like a nice hat store.
Yeah,
it
you
just looks
feel
dumb.
you feel bad
this.
about yourself.
I mean,
You're like, well, damn it, I got a big head. God damn it, I got a big head.
I didn't, but now, yeah, thanks, man.
Started screaming in the store. Kids are looking at him like,
Like
why is
those,
this dude screaming in Walmart?
Those oversized sports hats are the only ones that really fit you. Like those big obnoxious ones that you see
I
a
mean,
couple
that's
years-
fitting for you and Zeus, man. I think that's what you have as an oversized sports hat. I think you could pull off a nice pair of boots and some jeans and a hat.
I mean,
You just got to get the fit very well. You got to get
Yeah.
it like you got to go and you got to figure out what you're going to look like in your ghost skin because you can't wear anything like dark denim
because of the whiteness.
because of the whiteness.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. Not that I'm wearing ghost skin.
No,
I
no.
am ghost skin.
You are ghost
Got it.
skin.
I
Okay.
think he could go
I'm
with
following.
all right, hear me out. I think
I could wear this.
yeah, you could, but I think we get you some like lighter washed Wranglers.
Oh,
Like acid washed? No, that's too
dude, I
close to
don't,
his.
I don't like light washed jeans,
Dude, light wash jeans are a thing right now, and I think you could pull it off.
Okay,
they're like-
okay, I'll let you guys do a makeover.
Yeah,
on
we're gonna
me.
do makeover. All right.
Let's do a cowboy makeover.
No. I think there's a fine line of.
Why are y'all
like,
messing with my eyelashes or my eyebrows? We're just drawing penises.
Why is there makeup?
No, the thing about hats, though, I'll be honest with you. The thing with hats is if you're going to wear that hat, you've got to have very specific ensemble.
Yeah,
to
you
go
just
with
can't.
it.
Yeah,
you just can't throw something
Like
on.
that
and-
hat and hoodie won't work.
No, and I saw a guy with just this hat and a short sleeve shirt, and I was like,
Unless you're Morgan Wallen,
Yeah, it's
you're really
okay.
douchey looking. And
Yeah, but like a shirt and maybe a vest on. Like you got to be somewhat different.
Now, like if we would have gotten Chad when he was in his vest era wearing that, I wouldn't. Maybe like a flat brimmed hat like that.
Yeah, I could pull
because
that
you
off.
you would look like Nathaniel Rateliff because he.
Yeah, he does
When I
that.
see that, yeah, he wears like a
I
vest.
actually want
and
to. I want
a
to take it
t-shirt.
in and have it like have it a little shaped a little bit more. I don't know if this hat can do that or not.
I looked. I mean, I looked too much like a child then. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just.
You mean like blank check child or like what are we talking here?
I don't even know at this point. I give
Which
up.
that is a great reference and a great movie.
Yeah, except for the pedophilia at the end.
I did watch that. I think we all did, right? Within the past 5 years or so.
Oh, yeah,
think
I
we
did.
Talked about
I
it.
did,
one
yeah,
point.
probably.
And like it was just a very much like, very cringe with the woman.
I mean,
look-
Three Ninjas is very cringe too.
Yeah, it is.
At this point.
yeah, you're not wrong.
But they had all the cool things that they had an alarm where if your parents were walking to your room, you could jack your ween and be like, "Oh, they're coming!"
You know, it's
you tell your other two brothers you're sharing a room with, we're jacking our ween and our mom's coming in."
I think I watched a different movie.
Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas was good.
Surf
I
Ninjas
like Surf
slaps.
Ninjas because they implemented a Game Gear into the movie where they
Yeah.
used it as a part of the plot.
That was his whole superpower, though.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
he was not good at anything except for fucking playing this little
yeah.
Game Gear.
So that was pretty.
Dude, Game Gear was ahead of its time.
I got one at the house.
It was just the battery life was just awful, right? Wasn't it like an hour of play, and you're like, okay, here we go, give me 9 more or 8 more?
Yeah, because it
Yeah,
took
yeah.
either 4 or 3 on each side. I can't remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was stupid.
Yeah.
It took 9
yeah, 9 is such a random
for
fucking number.
whatever reason. It
So-
it literally takes 9.
You have to buy an 8-pack. You're like, fuck, I got to get an extra battery. Where am I going to get that extra battery?
It was big battery.
Oh,
They were trying to
that's what it
because
is.
they
Game
made you
Gear and Duracell
Yeah.
and Energizer
because
were
they
all
only
in it
sell the
together.
4. You can't buy 2 AA's. They only sell the 4-pack or more.
You can't buy 3.
No, you sure can't.
You can't. Yeah, you can't buy them in 3s.
Yeah, no, Chrissy on the group chat. All our kid movies are cringe. Yeah, you go back and you rewatch them, and you're like,
Not
oh
all
my
of them.
God, I like this.
Not all.
Which
Sandlot
ones?
still holds up.
Yeah, well, yeah,
All right.
Right, of course.
And so does the Mighty Ducks.
yes.
I haven't seen the Mighty
Yes.
Ducks in years.
It's great. Heavyweights still holds up great. It made me want to go to Fat Camp.
It was pretty offensive too.
It is pretty offensive.
It's pretty fucked, but it's a great movie.
Yeah, I want to go jump on
Ben
the blob.
Stiller, what an asshole. You
Yeah,
know?
it's the same character in Dodgeball. It's
Yeah,
the same
100%.
guy.
He is
It's
exactly
the same fucking guy.
I think we made a joke about that at one point. It's like, is this where he
Okay,
went after?
have y'all ever really thought about Never Been Kissed? So I actually
Yeah,
I
I
watched that just 2 nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of Jesse's favorites, and I actually really like it as well.
Within the past 6 months, like I was like, oh yeah, I've never seen this, and I watched it, and then I'm thinking,
It's fucking-
didn't a guy go to jail for like going back to high school and playing baseball? Like what's his name did?
a
in the
girl
movie?
recently, a woman recently posed as her daughter
Oh yeah, she did.
and broke into like the high school and went to class and everything. She got busted and ended up going to jail. Yeah, it's
did she break in or did she just pretend to be her daughter?
Well, no, she went like she snuck in.
She like
and,
broke the glass and goes, "I'm my daughter now." How did they ever know it was her?
Yeah, that's exactly how they did it. It was crazy. Never Been Kissed though. If you don't know, Josie Geller, she goes back to high school to do an expose on high school life.
Okay.
And then she's roped into a spoiler. I'm sorry. She's
Movie's
roped in.
25 years old.
She ends up really liking her teacher, and her teacher thinks that she is a high school student, and
Which she is.
and they realistically have a kind of a inappropriate relationship. Yet nothing actually happens. It's just not an appropriate relationship.
Yeah.
Well, her brother's like, you were a nerd in high school originally, so I'm going to come back and save you. And then he really likes doing, his thing with baseball.
I was a god, and now I'm nothing.
And then he ends up, he's at a party, and this girl's like, I want you to be my first. And he's like 25, 26 years old.
Jesus. I don't think I will remember this movie.
Yeah. It's good, but it's like,
That ending sucked diddly yucks. That was just the corniest.
it is the corniest.
Meet me at the baseball field in the 7th inning, or 8th inning, whatever. I'm like, bitch.
It is the
get the
corniest,
fucking-
but it's still, it's good. It's good. You should watch it.
Okay.
Watch it and go
Maybe-
back and be
maybe
like,
I love Drew Barrymore. I fucking love her. I mean, to be G enough to have a movie where you're only in it for 5 minutes to have top billing and you as the main poster. That's like the main
okay. So
scene
yeah,
everybody
Chrissy's
thinks about?
referring to the inappropriate teacher-student relationship. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's this whole thing where, I mean, you're not really a student, but you are a student. It's like Chris Hansen, where they,
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. Because then there was like, oh, there's this whole story that you could be doing about this guy. You should bait him.
Oh, I don't
Bait
like
this
that.
teacher because he's a pedophile.
Okay.
It was a
Let's
Mr.
move on from pedophilia.
Well, you know,
shall we?
You know the guy that we went to, the teacher at our school. Anyways,
Oh.
he's like a wombat or something.
My sister's friends with his daughter.
Oh wow,
Nice. So it
The one that was born during that
Shut
situation.
the. So it's been 3 weeks since we've met. The last time we were here, it was right before Christmas. That was a hell of a show.
Yeah, it was a
Shout
lot
out
of fun.
again to Mikey for coming on.
shout out to all of our friends that showed up.
Shout
too.
out to Jay and
Lance, Jared.
Lance, Sarish for all hanging out and getting a little toasty with us. That was a fun night. We got to have people in the studio.
We had a lot more people in here than what I realized. We need to figure out something to do with the TV to where, like, I don't know, we mounted something up on the ceiling. We could drop it down, get it out of the way. Something.
I mean, we could put it on the wall, dude. Like,
Yeah, we could.
we
Yeah,
could
we
put it on the
could,
wall
yeah.
right behind there.
But the problem is, if we ever actually end up filming over here, then what? That's the problem.
We just have the camera set
Well,
up
then
there.
because then we have the TV and shot.
yeah, we could throw on like a fucking
A logo.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
and just have it go in the background.
Yeah, we could do that.
Boom. See,
All right, problem solved.
I fix things. I'm a fixer. All right. So over the
Okay.
past 3 weeks, what the fuck have y'all been up to? We haven't seen each other, have we?
No, we have not.
Well, y'all have.
Yeah. Because we have a bar.
I saw y'all at Crystal Springs one day.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But we have a bar. We have Crystal Springs Hideaway that literally splits Javier and my house in half.
Right.
And so, like, just driving there, I mean, it's an easy 2-minute drive to get over there and have some good drinks and everything. So we've seen each other there a lot because it's just,
Yeah.
why the hell not, right?
And then like we gotten to meet and get to meet and know the owners
Oh yeah, we've become
with JD and Shauna.
yeah, we've become first name basis with them and our bartender Shelby.
Yeah,
And
like the
then-
car. Shelby like
Shelby
the car.
like the car, and then the dude that is now Tammy's brother now.
Oh yeah. Was it James?
I think so.
And also Kelly,
yeah.
who runs the charcuterie stuff inside.
The shark coochies. Yeah, it's a great spot. So we've seen each other there a lot. Outside of that, we had Snowmageddon.
That did happen.
That really didn't happen, but it did happen. I mean, they shut the schools down. There was a little bit of debris on the
A
roadway.
little bit of racism here and there.
Wait, what?
sprinkled with racism.
Yeah.
I mean, Thursday.
I mean, why's it got to be white snow? Why can't it be brown snow or like black snow? Black ice.
They got black ice.
yeah.
Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning afternoon was a little rough. Was that when it started, right? I'm pretty sure it was
late
Thursday.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Into
late.
Friday.
Thursday morning
Yeah, I think it started
into Thursday, and then it stopped. Well, it got it did it from then, and then it iced, and so the roads were bad. So like we were like, we're not going into work.
Well,
Let's not go to
Thursday
work.
was like, it was just a back and forth. It was like, it's rain, it's sleet, it's snow, it's sleet, it's, some wintry mix bullshit.
Yeah.
And it kept going back and forth all day. But for a while there, it was snowing so heavy, like big ass snowflakes. It actually was pretty legit.
up in your neck of the woods, but like here it was barely anything.
You're right. There was a pretty obvious line.
Yeah.
Because I drove a little bit this way and it was just like
Like
or even my mom's house.
If you
not
went
that
up,
bad.
yeah, if you went up, if you got north of I-30 and went further up, like closer to A-20, I think that's where it started getting kind of rough
Yeah.
up there. I mean, it's Texas, North Texas especially. We just shut everything down because we don't know how to cope and deal with.
Well, people just don't know how to drive too.
It's like
Yeah,
because I was on the roads a decent. I mean, like Friday we went to out of town, and so people on the roads just sucked. People are going too fast or too slow, and nothing in between. Hey, you. Yeah, you listening, watching, whatever it is you're doing. Stop what it is you're doing and listen to my voice right now. Unless you're driving, just keep driving and continue to listen. We got a few things to talk to you about tonight. One, If you're not already doing so, please make sure you follow us on Instagram. That way you can stay up to date with all of our upcoming shows, our events, giveaways, and more. You can find us on Instagram at The Funky Panther. That's where we're going to be most of the time. 2, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll really go a long way in helping us grow the channel. We're really wanting to kind of fly up there when it comes to our YouTube subscribers. So subscribe, like, comment. It really, really, really help us out. And 3, let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you. Message us on Instagram. Call us at the TFP Hotline Bling.
And I know when that hotline bling.
At 817-677-0408. And again, just let us know how we're doing. Did we do something well? Did we do something bad? What did Javier do to piss you off today? We want to hear from you, so let us know. And have a wonderful day. Stay good.
I mean,
You put that bad boy in 4-wheel drive, you can go anywhere. Can't stop, but you can go anywhere.
I think it's kind of like, people are posting that scene from King of the Hill where like it starts like snowing like a little and people are freaking out and they're like, oh, we got to go get gas to the town. And it's the whole thing.
People buying bread and stuff. I mean, Jessie's kind of, she kind of did the same thing in a sense. I mean, she bought stuff for sandwiches and things just in case, like, if it got really bad, we couldn't get out for whatever reason. But I'm like, we've got like canned goods and stuff.
Yeah, we got plenty of food. We got milk and cereal and
we didn't get enough toilet paper. And realistically, whenever it snows, I'm afraid that I'm going to run out of toilet paper.
Bidet, bro.
Because I'm just going to shit nonstop.
Bidet, bro.
I mean, I've got one.
I know. So what are you worried
I got
about?
a shower.
I like to
I got a
down.
shower. I just put my ass on the nozzle and I just flip upside down and turn it on.
Just doing a handstand in the bathtub.
All right, so let's back it up. So
All right,
we our last episode was right before Christmas. How was y'all's Christmas?
Oh man, busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're down to Frost, Texas, and then back up to here, and then back down to like the Corsicana area the next day, and then back up here, and then we had a few days, and then Sunday we did our Thanksgiving. We did our Christmas at my dad's.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just a lot of back and forth traveling, but I got some cool stuff that I enjoyed, and
Nice.
got me a little Versace Dylan Blue.
Oh,
That Dylan Blue smells real nice. It's a nice cologne. So.
Versace.
Versace, but yeah, it was good. It was a good Christmas. It wasn't anything crazy. We kind of just chilled at the house when we got back from Christmas Day. And
Yeah.
it was nice.
What about you?
Same. Or we celebrated on New Year's or Christmas Eve, so we were with the family, and then
As
we
y'all
did,
do.
as we do, and then went over to Tammy's parents that night. My mom's. I think we did a good mom's in the morning. I don't remember. It was great. New Year's. Me and Tim and the ladies went and had dinner at Lily's.
Yeah, we went to
Bistro.
Lily's, yeah.
And then went to the usual.
The usual, yeah.
After that, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It was a lot
usual
of
was
drinks.
open till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
We didn't stay that late.
I ran into Edward Brown over there.
Yep, downtown with
the DJ,
Edward Brown.
And it was. I didn't even I couldn't have my glasses off because whatever. And I was gonna go take a piss, and he's like, hey, I know that piece of shit. And I'm like, oh, what? And it's Edward, and he's joking obviously, but
No, he wasn't. He was being dead.
He was like dead serious.
I hate you. Well, he's like, I wish you can have me back on the show, but I guess y'all hate me. It's like,
Jesus.
no, man.
We do not.
I was like, dude, we talked about having you on because of his whole thing after hours stuff that he's doing, and then he's been with Paper City Mag for a couple months now, writing a couple stories, so a couple good articles, might I add. But yeah, we did that.
I want to just talk about Lily's Bistro. That place is phenomenal.
I've never been.
Oh man, you got to go. So you're not. They don't have a full bar, so it's you're gonna get wine. Mm-hmm. They've got a really nice, extensive wine menu, and
That's the one on Magnolia?
yeah, it's on Magnolia.
Okay.
I ended up buying a bottle of a Sauvignon Blanc. It was Quilt.
Okay.
It was absolutely delicious. It wasn't that expensive.
Was it Mikey approved? We had just...
I think Mikey would have approved of it.
Okay.
And what was nice about so I looked up how much MSRP is on it, and they charged $10 over what I could buy the bottle for.
Oh, that's not bad.
So and you know they probably got it for I think it was like $50 is what we paid.
They're still making money.
Yeah, because they buy it at wholesale.
Right.
So they probably got it a little bit cheaper, but still $10 over what I can buy it. Get a whole bottle. It was fantastic.
It was delicious, I will say.
The food,
Yeah.
it's French inspired. It's not French, but it's like a lot of French inspired stuff. They have escargot. That's I'd never had it from there. It was fantastic.
It was buttery delicious. It was
So
really
good.
good. The calamari was
yeah.
fucking bomb. The slaw that came with that calamari was delicious.
Literally go there, get the calamari, get an order of escargot, get an entree.
And the dessert was fucking
Divine.
fucking amazing. The coffee and the dessert, coffee and donuts were perfect. You know?
Yeah, they
as
do
are.
like a donut. It's almost like a
Beignet, sort of.
yeah, kind of, yeah.
But is it like cinnamon sugar instead of like powdered sugar?
Cinnamon sugar.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, my
But
mom
it's-
used to make those.
But it's warm and just like, oh my God.
yeah.
It was delicious.
Perfect date night.
Yeah.
Like really, take Sarish over there. Go and enjoy it. They've got a little. I've always sat on. They call it the lily pad. It's the outdoor section.
Yeah.
but it's not outdoor. They've got like this big closed-in spot, so even during the wintertime, it's really nice and warm in there. It's low lit. You know, it's just nice.
They got a 3-piece jazz ensemble
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
A lot of fun. And then last Friday, went and saw Fatboy Slim at the Silo in Dallas, and fuck, man, we were.
Hang on, but
Yeah.
something else happened. You had a birthday.
That was the next day.
You had a birthday.
That was the next day.
Okay, it was the next
It
day.
was my birthday that.
Wow.
It was the
Saturday?
birthday weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, we did Fatboy Slim, and then if you're gonna go to a show at Silo and you're an adult, just know that the main DJ will not go on until midnight, and it ends at 2 a.m. So I'm just letting you know.
fucking wild.
We went out there and we were there at 9 o'clock because doors open at 9, and they had a DJ who sucked at first, who played the same fucking like tempo, but switching like music in, and we were like, holy fuck. Not to mention we were at the very front of the stage, right where you can see like from you to me.
Did you have to get there early to get that spot?
No,
or
we
was
didn't
that
know.
like,
We had no idea. You could have probably gotten there like around 10 o'clock and still been able to like
Get up front?
Get up front. And it started filling up pretty quick. So whenever he came on, it was packed. It was amazing. Like every song that I
show was
wanted him to
good.
perform. It was phenomenal. Like I was like jumping up and down, and like he was pointing at me. Like there was a couple times he was like pointing at me because I was singing along with some of the tracks, and it was awesome. So much fun.
He's like,
I got a lot of video I haven't
Sir,
posted.
please stop. You're too
Stop!
old.
Stop jumping. Your knees are going to give out, sir. But it was a lot of fun. Me and Tammy had a good time. And then Saturday for my birthday, we went out to Crystal Springs. Jay and Lance and you showed
Yeah,
up.
swung
And
by, yeah.
it was a lot of fun. And I think I blacked out that night. Blacked out.
Did you?
Yeah, because
I had a couple drinks and I left.
yeah. So it was pretty
Like, I'll
heavy.
stop by, say hi, just drink a little bit, go back home.
Yeah.
Jesse's been under the weather, so
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
I didn't
so
want to
that
stay out
was-
too late. And
But it was a lot of fun. And then of course the next day was Liverpool Man United, and we tied up. And, we drew in that match. So it was good stuff. We didn't lose. So.
yeah, Lance and I went to Tulips.
Oh, yeah.
And we went to go
Friday,
see
Friday.
Yeah, Friday night. Same time you were at Fatboy Slim. We were at Tulips. I'm gonna tell you that place was packed. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. It was difficult to move around in the building.
Damn. Who'd y'all see?
So we saw it was just the band Trauma Ray just released an album. If you like, the best way I can describe them is like kind of like a Deftone-ish sound. They call it shoegaze. It's just this very like atmospheric kind of alternative.
I like that
little
shit.
bit of grunge, a little bit of emo mixed in. It's Trauma Ray is really fantastic. When you look at the album art, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is gonna be like a metal band," and then you listen to it and you're like, "Oh, what is this?" So they were headlining, but of course, our boys Joe Kelly and Ozone, Joe and Ty, and the other guys were up there. They came on. They were like the third band to the headliner. They came on. I mean, as soon as they had a downbeat, whole room spread out. There's a big pit going on.
Hell yeah.
It was a great time. Joe was killing it up there. Ty's third band, so Ty's one of the guitarists. It's Feral Cry. It's just the most obnoxious, in-your-face music. It was a lot of fun as well. Listen to them, but again, like as soon as the downbeat hit, the room spread apart. People started going crazy. But I will say this is abnormal for this kind of like show and this kind of scene. Typically, you don't have people that are targeting each other and trying to beat the shit out of each other. It's usually just like everybody's throwing arms around, and doing windmill kicks and slamming into the crowd and just having a good time. And it's mutual combat at this point. But this was like this guy was trying to fight this other dude, and it was right in front of us. All right, and I let it go on for a minute, and then they started kind of really going at it. And this one dude kept getting away. And he came back in, and they would start back up again. And so I ended up stepping out in between them, grabbing the one dude that was closest to the doorway, and just pushed him out, and handed him off to security. Come back, everybody's like, "Okay, cool, that's settled, right?" So we're just chilling, having a good time.
Tim's the hero over here.
We're just chilling, having a good time, and then the dude that we thought was originally Lance thought he was the instigator. I didn't think he was the instigator, but apparently he was. Started picking on somebody else. And they started kind of like going at it. And he was trying to, fight him. I ended up grabbing his jacket. I reached over, grabbed, twisted in, brought him in real close to me, and started just pushing him out. And the dude took one look at me. He's like, "Dude, I'm good. I'm sorry." And I was like, I don't know if I just had dad face.
You're so ripped.
No, yeah.
You just had this fucking devil look in your eyes.
But like, yeah,
I'm gonna fuck you in your ass, son.
I think that's what it was. I think
I'm
I
just
had that
going to murder you.
I think I had the crazy eyes because I was like, I'm tired of it, man. We're trying to enjoy the show.
Yeah,
you're causing all sorts of shit. Everybody's having a good time. Nobody's trying to intentionally hurt anybody except for you.
You're harsh in the fucking mood.
Yeah, he was
brother.
destroying the vibe, right? What's funny is I ended up making friends with one of the security guards. This dude's big. Like, he is a big dude. He's every bit as tall as I am. And like maybe two of me wide. Yeah. This dude's just big. And he's like, "Man, this pit's out of control." And I was like, "Nah, man, it's all good. Everything's good. Everybody's having a good time." It was just those guys. He's like, "I don't know." I was like, "Trust me, it's good. Everybody's having a good time. Nobody's targeting anybody. Everybody's having fun. They're picking people up off the ground like they should." Yeah, it was a great show. And then they had something going on at Loadout as well. They had a DJ in there. So they had two things.
Fun.
So I'm saying, like, they had two things going on. Loadout was not a ticketed event, so you could have gone there and just hung out.
Dude, that place is
really, you couldn't get in the room, though. It was so, like, that bar was, like, packed.
Loadout's slowly becoming, like, one of those chill places to hang out where they're going to start having events, and I think I'm here for it. On the group chat, our friends Holly and Bob introduced Christy to the Living Spaces bar.
Yeah, they got a bar up there.
I didn't know they had a bar.
It's so cheap, and they have free daycare. I think we need to have a segment where we have a lot of friends that are parents. So I think we need to have like a segment where she like finds like cheat code or fucking pro tip areas for parents, like, hey, the Tom Thumb over there on West 7th has a bar inside.
I want to say, I think that we should just try some of these like alternative bars.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it alternative bars, right?
I like that.
Because it's not like it's a store, right? It's a grocery store or whatever. We should go Tom Thumb.
Dude.
And hang out at that bar for a little bit. Then maybe, a couple weekends go by, we go over to Living Spaces, and we hit that bar up for a little bit.
So, I ran into Polito over there at Tom
Everything
Thumb.
is $2 at the Living Spaces bar.
God damn!
Holy shit.
Fucking, that's a cheat code if I ever
They're
seen
like,
one.
you get drunk enough, you're going to want to fuck the couch.
You're gonna
Living Spaces!
You're going to want a fucking couch, and you're going to want a fucking couch.
Dude, like, yeah. So you're able to go to the bar and get a beer, get a pint, have it, because they obviously have the drink holders on the carts. You can go shopping in Tom Thumb while you can drink while you're shopping.
Yeah, which sounds wonderful, except for the fact that I hate going shopping. And we have everything delivered now.
So do we. Walmart.
Yeah, same.
Lifesaver.
They used to have that at Whole Foods over there at Waterside, and same thing. Like the carts had the beer holder and everything like that. You would go, and they always had fantastic craft beer on tap.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, it might have been around COVID. Actually, I think it was COVID. They stopped, and I don't think it ever came back.
Amazon.
But like
Amazon bought Whole Foods, right? I bet you.
Yeah,
it's
but come on,
Jeff
they
Bezos.
had to have made money. There was always people just like. The guys would sit at the bar while the women are out shopping.
Dude.
They'd just be sitting there drinking their beers.
If I got to go pick up like food or like something for dinner, whenever I leave work at Tom Thumb, the bar is always full, and I'm sure it's the people that live in the apartments that like because they also I heard they got like really good like steaks and like chicken fried steaks that they make at the little cafe they got there too. But obviously the Starbucks is next to it, but like it's every time I go at late at night, it's always packed, always. So
Yingling, $2.
Damn. So Christy, I think that's Christy.
Yeah, we got to go.
Anytime she comes up with any tips or whatever, then she needs to go ahead and like send us that info so we can go try it.
All right. So we've gone on about what we did. Chad, you have had some adventures while we were away.
Yes. A little bit, yeah. I mean, y'all seems like fun as shit too. So Christmas was great. Got to see the family, hung out with the family on Christmas Eve.
But you did multiple, just like me. I mean, well, obviously we all do multiple, but you do.
Yeah, I did
3 different. You didn't do.
No, I just did 2.
Yeah.
So we had my mom's house Christmas Eve, and then we had all of Sarah's family over at our house on Christmas Day, and then we went to go see Prairie Lights with my mom Christmas night, which was kind of fun. I haven't gone out there.
Where is that?
Grand Prairie.
Okay.
Well, don't do that because I didn't never connect the dots either. Last time I went, I was in high school.
I'm thinking
I didn't know what the
prairie.
fuck Grand Prairie was.
I'm thinking like in the middle of nowhere.
No,
like a little house on the prairie.
Did you take the train?
No, what? There's no train to Grand
There
Prairie.
is a train to Grand Prairie.
A slow train to Minnesota.
Yes, there is
not a train.
Oh
to
no,
Grand
that's
Prairie.
grapevine.
There
That's
you
grapevine.
go. There
Never
you
mind.
go.
I'm sorry.
It was gonna click.
Great.
No, so Grand Prairie, it's on whatever the lake is right there. Is that
Lake Granbury.
No.
Joe Pool?
Yes,
Yeah, I think it's Joe
the
Pool.
furniture store.
I think it's off Joe Pool.
Yes, is that the one in Grand Prairie?
I believe so. I think that's right. Yes, that's right. That's right. So we did that, and then for New Year, so we talked. Y'all went on like a date night and stuff like that. We did a date night one night, and we went to Clay Pigeon. I haven't been there in years. So damn good. Like
The last time I went was during like restaurant week.
Oh yeah,
and that's been some time.
It was great. We had the bone marrow, of course. It was like insane.
Yeah,
so good.
That's
anything
the one
with
thing
bone marrow.
That's the one thing you got to get from there.
Yeah, for sure.
You got me a bone.
You always do.
Marrow.
You always do. We also went to go check out that Salud bar, that new wine, like self-pour wine bar, kind of over there by Maple Branch.
Oh, it's the old other wine bar,
It used to
right?
be 21
21,
Savage.
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was before, but it's just Salud wine
Is
bar.
it the same people who own Hoppin'? Because
No.
it's the same concept.
No, but they
except
were
for
first.
wine.
They were
that was
first.
there
That-
well
yeah.
before Hoppin'.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was this other bar, and they had to sell. Jay and I actually were looking at, like, it was actually for sale for a really decent price. We're like, I don't know, why are they selling? And they were saying because it was like a business partner issue. Obviously, it must have been that because they were packed.
Yeah.
Like, they were doing really well. We got to try it. Like, they have like self-pour flights and stuff like that. It was just,
Dude,
was
this
good.
is marketing. The reason why the marketing back then wasn't as good as it is now.
I think the
Right.
self-pour wine is a better venture than self-pour beer because
Agreed.
you don't get the bubblies and it's easy. You can actually get what you want ounce-wise. And
You and I really liked about the wine bar and compared to Hoppin' is that there's 3 options on each wine bottle. Obviously, it's not coming from a keg; it's coming out of the bottle, right?
yeah.
So you've got 3, 6, and 9 ounces or something, or maybe it was a 1.5, 3, and 6 ounces. So you get to press the button, and it's going to pour you exactly what it is, and it's going to give you that price exactly how it is. So it's not going to be like, foam
Guesstimating
or
you're not fucking around with that stuff.
right, exactly. So it was kind of
That was my only complaint about Hoppin'.
Yeah, because you got to have somebody there to show you how to pour
And
it.
then you got to get the timing right because
Yeah.
if you fuck around, then it kicks off.
You got to
and-
wait like a half a second to a second and then put it under at an angle, and then it's just like
that bothers me, and I hate to say it. I don't want to be a dick, but like when you put they want you to put your bracelet back in the bucket because it's just fast. Like,
Yeah,
go ahead and
yeah,
go.
yeah.
We don't have to check out or anything like that.
And then they put gratuity on
But
that
then they put a
bitch.
gratuity, which is fine, I guess. But at the same time, it's like it's self-pour. I'm doing everything.
Well, they're washing the dishes.
Okay, but so are busboys. Like I don't know. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm kind of with you. on
man,
that
I don't
one,
know,
too.
man. I was a busboy and I loved getting tips whenever I
Loved getting the tip.
I
know.
loved it. They were like 20 years older than me, but I mean, I was 16.
Let's just ask the chat. Do you feel like you should tip at a place that's self-service?
Yeah, I want to
I
know
mean-
if I'm the asshole on this one.
No, honestly, like, you're right. It's for you to get like charged gratuity for just pouring your own beer. It's kind of like whenever you go, like when they have festivals and they ask you, they crack your beer open and they just give
And
it to
see,
you.
even
Like,
then, I usually do it.
I do it. I don't care. I'm a
But
good
I
tipper.
hate
That's
it.
because we've
I'm
been
a-
conditioned.
I'm a good tipper.
right.
I don't care. I tip 33% on everything. I don't give a shit what it is. But yeah, like I mean, depending on what
a
it
nice
is.
boy. You might get you might get 25% out of me.
Yeah, I do 20 to 25. I never really go above that unless
Service
they're
was
just
bad.
absolutely
I'm
insanely
only
good.
doing 10.
Oh,
I'm still gonna tip.
See, even
but-
if it's bad, I don't go below 15 or 20.
Yeah. Fuck. This cough. I've had this cough for like 2 weeks.
Ugh.
Fucking ridiculous.
Bronchitis.
On the group chat, if you go to Tom Thumb between 4 to 6 p.m., the bar will be 3 deep. Yes, I've seen it deeper than that. Let's see. The furniture store, yes. You already said that the furniture store for.
I said yes.
yeah.
Gee.
And the Target bar, I did hear about that. I hope that comes true. That'd be very much trouble. It would be very much trouble.
They could partner with Starbucks and do like an espresso martini situation.
Ooh, damn, that would be good.
Yeah.
The whole tipping ecosystem has to be rethought. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
a little
just,
bit. Yeah,
I think you need to pay your people.
like I mean, in Europe, they pay their people living like livable wages.
None of this $1.25 or whatever it is.
$3 an hour, and
yeah.
then like it's fucking,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
I mean,
It's
you can make a
ridiculous.
killing on tips though if you're.
Yeah, you can, but whatever. So we did that one night. Slough, definitely, you need to check it out if you haven't already been there. And then for New Year's, we went up to OKC. I've only been to Oklahoma City once, and it was like coming back through after we went to like Kansas City or some shit
Did
like
you go to
that.
Botanic Gardens up there?
No,
Oh, you should have.
you mentioned that,
Real nice.
and we didn't. It was.
Fuck me, right?
Yeah, exactly. Last time I went, it was like during the middle of the day. I think we went to 2 different bars or breweries, and that was it. Oh yeah, I forgot. I finally brought y'all your Shack gummies from that Shack
Gummy
concert.
me.
Yeah, it's just big old Shack heads. But yeah, that was fun. We went to Prairie because they've got a Prairie in Oklahoma City, and we tried every single beer they had on tap, and it was like 30 of them. We just kind of like we each got 2 4-ounce
How
pours.
fucked up were you?
We were fucked up. We each got 4-ounce pours, and then we passed them around. So we were trying 8 beers at a time. So it's not like we were drinking full beers.
Yeah.
But we got to try them all. Man, dude, some of these beers.
Dude, I haven't
know.
had Prairie Bomb in a long time.
Dude,
I haven't thought about Prairie, to be honest with you, in a while.
their stouts were fantastic, as always, but their sours were insane. They had one that tastes like peanut butter and jelly. They had one that was like a Christmassy, like cranberry thing. Like every single one of their beers were on point. Not a single one we were like, oh, that sucked.
How would you feel the
such a
next
great
day, though,
beer.
after drinking that much crap beer?
Not as good as it used to. Not as good as it used to.
I don't think we ever felt good.
You're probably right. We were just so used to it
It's
because
just
we
so
did
much
it so often.
So much more alcohol. I mean,
It's,
alcohol.
it's
not
not
even
that.
that.
It's the thickness, the sugar, the yeast. Like everything about a craft beer just fucks your stomach up.
oh yeah, blood and honeys would fuck me up all the time.
Oh yeah. But we had a great time. We went to this thing at a brewery for actual New Year's Eve, and it was this. Y'all would have fucking loved it. The girls would have loved it too. It was like this Cirque du Soleil.
Was it burlesque? too?
Burlesque show?
I was
Yeah.
just guessing.
No, yeah, for
okay.
sure.
I'm here for
You
that.
had guys doing like the the ribbons where they kind of hang and do this twirls and all that kind of
What
stuff.
else were the guys doing?
You had some girl come in.
Can you tell me more about the guys?
I mean, it was just all over the place. Like this girl comes in with a trumpet and she's like a marching
I
band.
love it when
Was
it's
it
all
in
And
her
then
ass?
she takes off the thing and she's got her tassels and stuff. Like it was just so much fun.
That sounds
remember,
like fun.
remember when we were in Vegas and that stripper had the ring in her ass?
No, I don't recall this. I'm sorry that I don't recall this.
She had a ring in her ass.
But yeah, it was just a fun night, and the beers were super cheap and they were good. And then we got like champagne as a
How'd
part
she
of the
get it up there?
situation, and yeah, it was
Slip
great.
it off somebody's
put it right
finger or
up there.
what?
Group chat will say it.
Yeah,
Taz
it'll
been-
come up in the group chat.
No, where was this at? Where was it at?
It was a place called, I think it was Anthem Brewing in Oklahoma City. We Ubered there. We had already been out kind of all day, and so we went there. There was another bar. It was called the Lunar Bar. It was like this little speakeasy. Someone had to tell us how to get in because we had no idea. Because it was just a wooden wall, and there was a button that kind of looks like one of those like handicap metal buttons.
Yeah.
But it just by itself, and you press it, and the door pops open. And so you go inside, and it's Lunar Bar because it's kind of like also kind of space themed and shit. But they have a $5 beer and shot special, and they've got this big cooler behind the bar. And if you get the $5 beer and shot or whatever, you don't know the beer. They just hit the mystery button on the cooler, and whatever pops out, pops out. So one of us got like Coors, one of us got Keystone, one of us got like the shit that we had in New Orleans. What is the tea? Twisted tea.
Yeah.
So we just got all sorts of random shit. It's like whatever they just kind of threw in there.
All right,
great.
I have an idea for a bar.
Okay.
For like a speakeasy.
Let me hear it.
So it's going to be a Seinfeld kind of themed bar, right? So you walk in and it's a guy selling soup. Okay. And you have to order a specific way. And if you don't order it, no soup for you.
And you get kicked out.
You get kicked out.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to order it the right way in order to get in.
You got to go in there like beer, cold, mug.
No.
Actual
like
soup.
actual soup.
Oh, like
It's
actual
a
soup?
speakeasy.
It's a speakeasy, so you got to tell him what soup you want, and then he opens the door.
Whenever he said a little door open, whenever he popped open, I was thinking it'd be a low door and a little penis comes out.
Of course you did.
And then you're like, what do? I'm like, you got to just grab it and squeeze it, and then the door opens.
You grab and squeeze
And then the way they serve the drinks, a little penis comes out of a hole and just pees.
I think we're done here.
Put your mouth on it.
No. I didn't say any of that.
No, because he's done that before. He didn't get into any cool bar. That was New Year's.
It was a bathroom at a Shoney's.
Yeah, no, you knew it was going to happen. You knew it was on the other side of that stall.
On the group chat, got to hear the Seinfeld jingle every time you go in through the door.
Exactly.
Yes. Or whenever you get into some quirky situation, it just plays in the background.
Just randomly. So Snowmageddon, you mentioned it happened Friday. We had plans to go to Broken Bow, and they got it way worse up there than we did down here, right? And so we kind of make it all the way up, and we were going pretty slow all the way to Broken Bow just because as soon as we got off the highway, I guess past Paris. Yeah, it was just thick. Like the roads were still thick. You had to like stay between the tire marks on the road, or else you're going to be going all over the place. Yeah. And you're talking like just one lane each way, and so it was pretty crazy. And we get out to Broken Bow like right around 6, and people are like spinning out. The only thing, we've all been to Broken Bow. The only thing clear was the main road, and everything on the sides, it's mountains and hills and stuff like that. And so if you if you just sit there, because we went to that Pruitt's, that grocery store, you just hear, you just hear people, because that's where we're like all grouping up. Because we're like, what the fuck do we do? Because the road that we could see it, and there's cars just getting stuck. And like anywhere you go, you just kind of like turn off your car and you're listening, and you hear cars just like peeling out, trying to get out all over the city. People are getting stuck. And so this guy in a 4x4 truck, he was able to get in and out, and he's like, all right, well, we're just going to all load in my truck and then just take one trip. I'm like, there's no way, there's 10 of us, and we have all of our stuff. Like, there's no way we're all going to fit in this truck safely. And so he was like, well, you don't have 4x4 in the 4Runner. And I'm like, I know I don't, but hold my beer. Like, if I get stuck, you can help. We'll
you
figure
don't
it
have
out.
4x4?
No, it didn't have 4x4. But I had zero issues whatsoever. Like, I don't know what maybe it's the tires, maybe it's just my superior driving.
I think tires have a lot to do with it.
Or the latter part, right? Like, I'm pretty sure the tires are okay now that I'm talking about it, and it's really just the superior driving problem.
I don't know. I don't know.
Either way, we went in and out of that about 4 or 5 times, and
that's about average for me.
What? 4 or 5 pumps, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, we go out of it 4 or 5 times, and
it was a good time though. We just drank a lot, watched sports. It felt like college. We were playing beer pong. We played 3-man. We were just playing drinking games all weekend, and
that's too much for me.
It was a lot of fun.
I can't do that much drinking anymore.
Yeah, I slowed down on the second night. I still drink a lot, but the first night we were up till 4 a.m.
Yeah, after our Borg incident, I'm like, I can't.
I can do a Borg all day.
We had so much alcohol on that last trip that we did. That was ridiculous.
That's not all we had. But yeah, it's been a fun couple of weeks. It's been great, but I'm glad to be back. It's glad to be back with you boys. The only thing that sucks is back to 5 days in the office, and it's already killing me.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't even work. I was working from home last Thursday and Friday, and it's already still killing me. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it.
Welcome to my world, man. I've been 5 days. I know you got a longer commute. I get that.
It takes you 10 minutes to get to work.
I get 14 if I hit all the lights.
Excuse me.
I get that. Are you riding the train?
No, because the train adds 30 minutes each way.
Yeah, but you just get to chill and decompress.
I get it. I just want to get there and I want to get home.
You swing by the gas station, you get yourself a little drink for the way there, and then you swing by the gas station, you get yourself a drink for the way back.
I'm not going to drink on the way to work.
I'm not saying that you drink a whole lot. I'm just saying you drink enough.
Drink enough to enjoy work.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous. All right, so this is our first episode of 2025.
Hang on. I got a question, though.
Okay. Sorry.
Because I don't think we talked about this on the podcast, but you rode the train for the first time not that long ago it's been a while.
Right.
And they hit a vehicle.
So I hadn't been taking the train in a while because it's like I said, it's just faster to drive.
I'm not going to lie. I think you're going to play like the Seinfeld thing whenever you,
I wish
you said that.
I wish I had that.
God damn it!
You gotta
have
edit
that
it
on
in post.
You got to get that in the chamber, man.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? At the start of the year, I'm probably going to start taking the train again because it's cheaper. Overall, it's cheaper, and I'm not putting all these miles on my car and stuff like that. And so I was like, I'm going to get back in the rhythm. I'm going to take the train. Took the train to work. It was beautiful. Everything's perfect. You're right. I was able to decompress. I just kind of had my laptop open, doing a little bit of work on the way to work. And then whenever I was coming home, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm just going to sit here and relax. We hit 3 train stops, and as we're passing through Irving, I see this white flash on the right side, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then the train just comes to a screeching stop, and all you smell is like, the metal on metal brake shit. And so I'm like, what happened? And some guy's like, we just hit a truck. And I'm like, okay. And then I kind of connected the dots. The white flash essentially...
What's the truck?
This truck was right over the rail, and he stalled. I guess it was a manual or something, and it stalled. And so we clipped the front. It's not like we hit him head on because that motherfucker would not be here. But we clipped the front of the truck, and it kind of spun to the side a little bit. They were apparently fine. But we sat on the tracks for 2 hours.
You couldn't get out?
No. They had police officers come check us out, firefighters come by. They had to wait until like the TRE manager comes out and inspects the damage to make sure that they don't have to call insurance or anything like that. And if they did, they were going to have to get us on another train. But otherwise, we had to sit there. So we sat there for 2 hours. It was a 3-hour train ride home.
Fuck that.
The best thing, though, and I just want to bring this up.
Okay.
Chad, you've always said that if there was a plane crash, you were going to survive, right?
Yeah.
Well, you survived a train crash.
I can now say I was in a train crash or train wreck or train clipping. I don't know.
We'll call it a train crash. We won't say a derailment because you didn't get derailed.
No, I did not.
You survived a train.
Literally everyone did.
You survived a train incident.
That's great. Yeah, I'll put that on my resume.
I would. And if TikTok's about to go away.
Yeah.
And I think this would be a great, somber music.
Yeah.
You're like, I just want everybody to know that I survived a train accident. And you start telling the story as if like, it's going to be like a really bad,
And then it's just not.
And then, you get to the end and like, it's nothing, little clickbait. It's going away anyway, so it's
on
fine.
the fucking train, be like, guys, today I got into a train accident.
People are looking at you like, what is this idiot?
You drove a train?
All right, so now into the Are we kind of we covered all the things?
Yeah, I feel like we
our
did.
first 53 done.
Yeah.
I know. All right, so we are now into 2025, and it is pretty.
Sorry.
It's already gone off the rails.
Well, from the chat, Chad's had multiple trains run
on him, and he's survived each one of them.
Love that.
Each one girthier than the last.
So, 2025 already seems like a shit show.
He's got a little bit of wear and tear now, but...
He does. He's a little stretched out, but...
Okay, enough. We're talking about 2025.
Yeah, stretched out,
so
2025.
I've kind of categorized them in 5 different categories. We want to, just talk through them.
Are they in the notes?
No, I've got them in my own personal notes because I don't think that we even look at those anymore.
It's been a minute.
All right, so we've got them broken down into 4 categories: wild political maneuvers and controversies, extreme weather and infrastructure chaos, technological and space advancements, economic and consumer shocks, and cultural shifts and lifestyle trends.
Oh man, where do we begin? All of these sound wonderful to me. I'm not actually being facetious. I'm actually legitimately excited about every single one of those categories.
All right, let's just start from the top.
Let's start from the top.
Okay, so obviously we are going to have a new president here in the next week, right? He's going to get sworn in 5 days.
New old.
Yeah. New again.
But still old.
Right. Well, they're all old.
The oldest.
So fucking old. But there's already a bunch of shit happening with...
I hear he's the healthiest, though.
With the things that he's saying. So he's talked about wild proposals like buying Greenland,
Which, okay, he wants to buy Greenland. He wants to take control of it from Denmark.
Right.
All right, which
is not a thing. Like, they're not going to sell it.
I mean, they could.
And they are a free and independent people. I mean, minus being
controlled by Denmark.
Yeah. But they're a free and independent people.
Yeah, I get that.
Why do you think he wants to do? Like, what's the point?
So he wants it for strategic. What he claims is strategic, like a strategic base. Essentially, put more troops on Greenland in reference to close proximity to Russia.
Okay.
I believe that Denmark has said they've kind of struck a deal maybe where it's like you can just increase the troop count.
Okay.
But Trump still wants it.
Do you not think it's absolutely wild that he can just say whatever the fuck he wants?
There's a theory behind that. So it's President Nixon. It's a President Nixon theory called the madman theory.
All right.
So essentially, and maybe I'm not giving this man credit. I'm just saying that maybe that's what he's going for. Is the madman theory where you just say off the rails, unhinged things. You seem like you're completely crazy. It worries the other world leaders to the point of like, this guy's got nukes. We're concerned enough. Let's just give baby his pacifier
because he's going a little crazy.
We got to deal with it for 4 years,
and
then we can go back to being normal.
That makes sense, actually. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, he's screaming what Gulf of America?
Yeah, that was another one.
Okay,
right? He wants to rename Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. He wants to annex Canada, and he wants to reclaim the Panama Canal.
I don't know where y'all have been, but I've been calling it Gulf of America for a while. In fact, he got that from me.
Dude, I actually went on ChatGPT and I was like, is that a thing that a country can do? And it's like, no. You actually have to get it like approved by like worldly leaders. You can't
like the United Nations.
Yeah, you can't just go change a body of water.
He could call it that, and he could try to encourage the rest of the nation to call it. It's kind of one of those things where I think...
I guarantee you there's already shirts and hats made.
There are.
I promise you. All them hillbillies are like, let's come to the Gulf of America.
But what you do is you start. It's one of those things where you just like in The Office, whenever
he declares bankruptcy.
when Nellie or whatever takes over, she just calls herself the manager.
Oh yeah,
and just takes up shop in the office. And I think if you do that enough, and you get enough people,
confidence and crazy are key, right?
Right.
Well, the Mexican president said something to the sort of like, well, you know what else sounds good? The United States of Mexico.
But you know what Trump has also said is that he would like to buy Mexico. And I thought...
Hey, look, more power to him.
I thought this whole time we were trying to keep them out.
Canada and Mexico, you will never have another Republican fucking president.
I'm just saying.
Never.
I thought we were trying to keep them out. That's the thing. And so why would you want to let them in, right?
If
you were the president.
Point, it's been such a...
I'm not saying me. I'm just saying like
it's
that's
been
what I
such
thought.
a contention on a contentious topic, I guess, for every why not just
Trudeau is stepping down.
Right. At the same time all this talk is happening.
So maybe he was going to make a deal and someone caught wind of it.
Another thing that's going on is massive cybersecurity breaches. Y'all know I know that this is happening on a lot of companies and stuff too, but foreign hackers target U.S. government agencies, intensifying geopolitical tension.
Yeah, so we went through that at my job
a couple of months ago.
No, a couple years ago. It's been a couple years now.
Has it?
Yeah, it's been a couple years. I actually just recently started up in the office at that point.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this, and it makes sense that all these different groups kind of have their own little signature. Mm-hmm. And so the FBI, when they got involved with ours, they knew, based off of the movements they did and all the stuff they did, that this was a group out of Ukraine. Ukraine actually has a lot of, if you didn't know, we're helping Ukraine a lot, but they have one of the largest amounts of ransomware hackers working out of that Ukraine and that region. And so they knew this one came from either Ukraine or Belarus, one of the two. Yeah, it's they were targeting specifically healthcare. They were trying to get hospitals because hospitals a lot of times will just give you the money.
And it's a lot of personal data. They can go and just do anything with anybody's information. And it's been a lot of tech companies too. A ton of tech companies over the past year or two have been hacked or information hijacked. Yeah. It's pretty wild. I read somewhere too that I think it was China that has like
China
has like hacked like $1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin from people across, because they just have all these hackers just going and gathering Bitcoin that just goes into the country's pocket.
Yeah, and one of the things that people do, if you don't know this, is don't keep your wallet key on your computer. Keep that on a USB drive, put away, right? Because I read the story on Reddit. This guy was trying to figure out like how he can get his stuff back. So his kid got on his iPad and was playing like something with Fortnite or something, downloaded a mod or something along those lines. The kid thought it was just normal. Turns out it wasn't. And this dude went in there and took all of his Bitcoin.
Shit.
So you beat the shit out of the kid, right?
I
beat the shit out of your kid.
I think that's when you take your kid to QT where it's a safe space and you just leave them there at that point.
This is my child. He's your problem now.
Yeah, the guy said it was...
Daddy, no!
The guy said it was basically his entire retirement that was taken.
What a prick.
Damn, that sucks.
Fucking kids are assholes, dog.
Kids are the worst. The last one for political maneuvers and
Not all
controversies
kids. Not all kids.
is the potential TikTok ban. So a Supreme Court decision looms with millions of users facing the app's removal
January 19th.
unless ByteDance divests.
Which January 19th is whenever it's supposed to go into effect, and Inauguration Day is the 20th.
Yeah. And so Trump has tried to like push it back because he's got a love for TikTok.
He's got a love for people loving him. So he's like, I'm pretty popular.
I heard Elon
TikTok.
was trying to buy it.
I heard that too. This came out today, is I think it was on X that Mr. Beast said, all right, fine, I'll buy TikTok. And he said a ton of billionaires reached out to him immediately about it. So, like, I think that there are options. I don't think that it's likely. I don't know. What do y'all think? You think it's likely?
So here's what I think is going to happen. I've got a prediction. So the ban's going to go into effect, and it's not going to affect us the way everybody's kind of making it seem like it goes into effect and boom, switches off. You can't access TikTok. You're still going to be able to use the app.
Right.
And you might have to use a VPN to get around it, but you're not going to get any support.
Yeah, no
updates or anything like that. So eventually it'll become glitchy and unuseful. What I think is we're going to have the savior complex, right? So Inauguration Day gets inaugurated, signs in the thing that TikTok's no longer banned.
I don't think that he can just turn it around.
He can, though.
He can.
He can, yeah.
Executive order, yeah.
Executive decision.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
no,
well,
he can.
It doesn't really matter either way.
So, I mean, that's one of the scenarios. Like, it's like telling the courts, like,
dude,
well, it's taking because they're going to be, these phone companies are going to be fined, like Android and Apple are going to be fined if they offer support, like updates and stuff like that. So they're going to fine them for each time. What he can do is just say, well, you won't be fined. You will not be fined. And it's not necessarily like unbanning it. It's just like telling them, because it's not a ban, technically. It's a ban, but it's not. It's offering, like Tim said, a support option for updates and like new features. He can just say, well, we won't fine you if you do this stuff. And then boom, that's it. Or like he said, VPN to Mexico.
Or you just do like I did and you join Red Note. You can find me under username Cunnilingus Rice.
Yes.
Listen, if
anybody knows that reference other than like,
Cunnilingus Rice sounds like a Mexican dish.
Do you know what that's from?
Yes.
Okay.
So
What's funny is I don't think a lot of the Chinese people I'm interacting with have any idea what that's from.
Not yet, but you will get banned. I'm telling you that right now.
So
they're apparently worse on Red Note, which isn't actually the name. That's just what we've been calling it.
Yeah.
It's not called Red Note, but
I think it translates to Red Notebook.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
There was a Chinese lady that said that you found the Red Notebook.
Well, regardless, like if they're going to shut down TikTok, it's going to be cracked down across the board.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And so people are going to Red Note or whatever it's called. They're also going to Lemonade, but Lemonade is also ByteDance. So like it's not going to last either.
I just want to give a shout out to our Chinese fans out there. Ni hao, Wang Zhu ni hao. It's for them.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So
I'll see y'all at the end of March.
I'll
be in Hong Kong.
I'm proud. Number one, I'm proud of my name.
Yeah.
We
could tell.
It was so
You
good.
see it this morning, he's like, look what I did.
Yeah. He was like a fucking
and then
a child with a goddamn coloring.
Yeah, look what I did.
And then I changed
or you take a shit and Dad! Daddy, I pooped.
Look how good it looks.
I changed my picture on there too.
I saw.
So I had to get. I found a picture of Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice. Found a picture of her, and I edited it enough. I put a helmet on there, and it's
Red Devil eyes.
It's pretty fucking good. I'm gonna say it's pretty fucking good.
It's great.
And then I posted on TikTok, on my own personal TikTok page, the screenshot of that. And then there's a band called Zonner that's out of, I don't know, someplace. But they have a song called Murder.
Shout out to y'all.
They got they're overseas, but they're like anti-establishment. They got a song called Murder to the Government. So I had that blasting. I was like, find me on Red Note, and I've already had people find me.
So it's Rage Against the Machine on crack. Is what
dude,
it
it's
is.
crazy. They have a song called Killdozer.
Oh, shout out to the Killdozer.
Yeah, old Mr. Heemeyer or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that y'all know about like anything political happening that has just been wild over the past few weeks?
Politicizing the LA fires. Like,
Oh shit! Have you seen that they've like so first off, they arrested somebody that was dressed like a firefighter who was looting.
Good.
So somebody put on like a fire outfit and started looting, right? The other one was, so I watched a video on TikTok because it's not gone yet, of these two guys that live in a neighborhood basically stopping a guy from setting more fires.
Yeah, I've seen.
So they've had several people going around and like just setting shit on fire now. Well, the whole place is on fire.
Dude,
Might
that's
as well
crazy.
add to it, right?
Look, you know what I don't understand? I don't understand why people are recording these people doing this. Don't record them. Like, go beat their ass, throw them in the fire.
Right. So that was my whole thing.
So they
is like,
can die.
Oh God.
Because fuck those guys that are starting the fires.
We've been on long enough that we're not going to get demonetized if we got monetized at all. Anyways, yes. And so I commented, I was like, why are you just like pouring water on this dude's blowtorch trying to keep him, like, do something.
Beat the shit out of them.
Like, there's two of
Like,
y'all.
I've been, you know what, I don't care anymore. I'm putting stuff on TikTok where I'm like, I would not be mad if they were on a shirt. Put that motherfucker on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Speaking of fucking around and finding out, I watched a video where this lady, I watched it 4 or 5 times because I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I know what you're talking about, and
It
I
was
saw it too.
It was a road rage. It's on the Daily Mail's TikTok. It was a road rage thing. This lady gets out of her car, walks up to the car behind her, and starts like screaming at the woman that's driving the car. Well, that girl's got her boyfriend in the car, so he gets out, and it's like, lady, what's your deal? And blah, whatever. And she's like, back up away from me. So he turns around, starts to walk away, and she swings and hits him. So he beats the shit out of her, grabs her, and body slams her, gets in the car, drives off. All right.
Holy shit.
So now this lady's just laying on the ground, and she finally gets up, and she walks to her car, and another guy who was there pulls up, gets out of his car, walks up to her like, why are you getting out on people?
Yeah.
Why are you getting out of your car and getting out on people? Get your ass in the car and stay in the car.
Yeah.
So she goes through all that, and then she gets admonished by some random dude. Talk
like
about
seeing
fucking
those.
karma.
Fuck.
I like seeing those. I like seeing the people who are there that are in accidents, and they're like, "Hey, you can't park there," and they're like, "Fuck you." I saw one where a lady was like started shooting in the air, pulled her gun out, and
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
All right, so the next category here is going to be extreme weather and infrastructure chaos because we just talked about the wildfires, which is bizarre. I mean, some of those videos look fake. Like, it looks insane. It's pretty fucking wild.
yeah.
Hold on, say
Fire.
that again.
The LA wildfires.
Yeah.
They look wild.
They sure do.
If you see them on like videos,
They
of,
had
like,
some
people
tornadoes.
driving through and shit.
Oh, you mean
Nuh-uh.
like fire tornadoes?
Yeah, fire tornadoes. Because so I do know a little bit about fire science because I've taken a few classes on it, but you get the thermal upset and
Right.
it creates its own weather at that point. So there's so much heat and it mixes with the cooler air temperature and it causes all this disruption and shit. And you'll have winds of over 100, like hurricane force winds out there that are pushing this fire at this point. And sometimes you get full on fire naders, which should be a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
there
it
was
probably is.
a backdraft, wasn't there?
Backdraft's about a dude that was setting, arson and causing backdrafts.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But shout out to Gladys. She's trying to set something up for a benefit. She was talking about how places over there by her hometown in L.A. have been affected, and she wants to have a benefit show. So if any artist friends of ours are listening or on live right now, she'd like to talk to you, to donate some time for great benefit, helping out people from the city of L.A.
One of my favorite videos I've seen from this whole thing, though, is there's this guy, and he's interviewing. He's up in like the Hollywood Hills area. It's old Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
And he's talking to this guy, and he's like, asking him like, and this dude's like, yeah, I've been helping my neighbors, get out and everything. We got all this stuff up here, and we're trying to get them out. And they're like, oh yeah, that's great. And what's your name? And he's like, Steve Gutenberg.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And it hurt me because I'm like, as soon as I saw him doing the interview, I was like, that's Steve Gutenberg. That's cool.
Yeah.
And this news reporter has no idea.
No idea who.
No idea. 3 Men and a Baby.
Fucking Police Academy.
All the Police
Academy 1 through 20.
Yeah.
And he had good
Steve
advice.
Gutenberg.
He had good advice. He's like, if you're leaving the city, if you're leaving your cars, leave your keys in there. There's going to be people like me that need to move them for people like emergency vehicles to come up to the driveways, up to the houses.
Dude, he's like hanging out. Like he's like, I ain't leaving. He's putting
Shout
in,
out
he's
to
putting in
that
fucking
man.
work, man.
Shout out to that man. Shout out to man, dude.
We're gonna have him on. That's just
call us old Gutenberg. Dude, the videos of like pets like coming, like staying around the smoldering fires and getting back to their
crazy.
Dude, like
crazy.
there was that video that girl's like, I don't give a fuck about anything. I just want to make sure my cat's okay.
Well, and then the video of the two guys and their dog in the house.
Yeah,
they got out, so we know they're safe. But he's like, the dog's freaking out. You see the fire raging, like it's 20 feet away from the house, kind of thing. And I'm like, get the fuck out of there.
I can't imagine being in that situation.
Dude, honestly, like the first thing I would do, like before I grabbed anything like files and shit, all of the animals are in there in the car.
Load them up in the car.
Load them up and get them out. And then I'll have her take them. I'll stay behind and get anything that I can, like important shit, and that's it. Anything else, my insurance will cover everything that's in there. Fuck the shoes.
Well, that's
everything.
that's the other thing. That's the other thing, is that insurance companies, as the fire is approaching, they're canceling their fire insurance, right? But there was a Senate law passed. One of the guys, I think he was like an insurance commissioner, said, while I was in Senate, we passed this, and we're going to go ahead and enact this. And I'm like, wait a second. You mean the government can step in and make insurance companies not do this kind of stuff?
Right.
You mean they could probably step in and not let them price gouge us?
Dude, they've been leaving states. Like they left, farmers left California and Florida.
Yeah, so like farmers canceled my insurance because I didn't want to bundle with them. They've got some of the highest car insurance.
Progressive's doing the same shit now too.
Yeah, insurance companies
fucking crazy.
They can get fucked. They can go ahead and go to the route of the fucking healthcare CEO.
So part of the issue with it is they're having to pay because they've paid out so much in these fucking claims here over the last several years that they insurance companies buy insurance themselves from the Lloyd's of London, things like that. I didn't know Lloyd's of London was a thing.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
it's like a big room, and it's got a bunch of like people, and they call up and like
they do auctions also.
Yeah, and so it's all set up to support the insurance. Right?
Like, do you have to be named Lloyd in order to be a part of
and
this
you
project?
have to be from London,
like Lloyd from Entourage.
Yeah. So they
he's up there.
Got it.
He is up there. So
Impressive.
so now their insurance rates have gone up, and so they're trying to recoup money, right? So what do? They raise their rates, and now we're having to suffer from it.
Yeah.
But look, they collect premiums every month.
Right.
Every month you're paying into this.
I can't help it if they've had poor investment opportunities.
I mean,
because that's what they're doing. They invest the money we put in there.
I'm sorry. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, the same with your car insurance. Like, they raise your premiums because there was like 3 hailstorms in that year. Okay, then you can't bitch about you got to do all OEM parts instead of doing aftermarket.
Yeah.
You got to give me my rental full fucking whatever for the whole month that I need it or longer, because we've had situations where they're like, well, since they're not a claimant, then we can only pay for 30 days. I know they're our customer, but it's not, it's their fault. I'm like, no, motherfucker, it was a hit and run. Like, I don't know what you want me to fucking... It's annoying being in the industry.
Yeah, it is.
It's annoying.
It is.
And fighting for every fucking penny.
Fuck all that.
All right, so let's just run through these 3 real quick and move on to the next section. So a couple other things with extreme weather. Unprecedented winter weather. Heat waves in some areas and record snowfall in others disrupt Travel's been crazy. And
Sure.
then, whatever. And then energy grid failures, holiday season blackouts expose weaknesses in the U.S. infrastructure. Global food supply issues, erratic weather and supply chain disruptions lead to grocery shortages and rising prices. So all sorts of crazy shit.
You know
weather-wise.
whose grid did not fail?
Texas.
Our
Finally.
grid was fine.
Look, it's not even February yet, bro. Like,
I
usually
was-
that shit happens in February.
I was watching ERCOT. They've got a little thing. You can download the app and you can see what the demand is versus what the load
Really?
is. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've been to ERCOT. I got drunk over there.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was in Mexico and I was in like China and Germany, and England has a little pub. Like, it's really cool to hang out and drink at.
Did you try that one?
Epcot.
Isn't that what we're talking
We're
about?
talking about Epcot.
Is that what we're talking about?
Did you try that
we're
one-
talking about the energy
Did you try that one
company,
soda?
ERCOT.
Which one?
That one soda that everybody hates?
Oh, in Brew or which one?
I can't remember what it's called.
Is this the one that tastes like dicks?
I think so.
Oh, wait, is that the same thing? ERCOT is in Disney?
They're two different things, my dude.
Yeah, we get our power from Disney.
Oh. It's a small world.
Speaking
after
of
all.
Disney, though, real quick, did you know they took the Disney Channel off the air?
No.
What?
What?
Yeah, I think last week they took it off the air.
That didn't make my list. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
No way. I'm going to check right now.
Because they've got the old Disney not Disney Channel, the Disney Plus.
All right. So technological and space advancements is number 3. So number 1, SpaceX's milestone rocket launch. Successful Starship launch signals advancements in space travel and Mars exploration. Space travel is getting pretty wild. And like the Starlink capabilities and being able to like soon our phones we could use our phones anywhere. Like we aren't even going to need cell phone service.
Did you,
Starlink and Starlink only.
Did you hear what the sun sounds like?
Yes.
Did y'all hear that?
It's
Oh,
eerie.
it's creepy.
Dude, the
Oh,
video.
no, I
did
did.
you see
I
the
did,
video
yes.
of, was it the Parker solar thing?
The probe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got the probe, like it's the closest anything has ever been to the sun.
The video's wild.
And it got close enough to where it didn't burn up, right? But
Yeah.
like nobody can go there where it was at. And it sent what the solar winds and all that stuff sound
Yeah,
like, and
it was
it's
wild.
fucking crazy.
So cool thing. Whenever before launch, they had a thing you can get in the website, and they can etch your name into the probe. And I did that.
Really?
I had my name etched into the probe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for that?
Nothing. It was from the NASA website.
Oh, that's
It was
fucking
like
awesome.
2017.
Oh,
Whenever I did that.
that's legit.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So your name's been to the sun,
It has.
man.
They will know me into the cosmos.
It sounds like they will.
Yes.
But the aliens are coming from the ocean.
I got.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
we
are.
talked
They are.
about
I got to
that.
go drain the weasel real quick.
All right. Again, on the space thing, China apparently is doing better than we are in the space race to lunar exploration on
Dude,
the moon again.
China's doing better in a lot of things. Man, I've seen some cars that are coming out of China.
Oh yeah, the new EV is like
A lot of their EVs that are, if it was not made it because nothing's made here really, but if it was an American company,
Yeah.
you would be paying for some of the stuff that they're showing $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. They showed a car that was like, yeah, in China it's like $25,000.
It's crazy, and they're like really good too. They're like
and
Tesla.
luxurious,
Yeah.
and
And they're also like I invested in Robinhood. I put some money towards flying cars and like
well,
that kind of
We were
stuff.
supposed to have flying cars by now.
Well, they're coming very soon, and I'm talking like very soon. And there's a Chinese company that's doing really well too. But all three of the stocks are like up and quite a bit too. The other two here, AI, of course, generative AI tools transform industries, sparking excitement and a lot of ethical concerns coming out recently because it's like progressing very quickly. And so we're getting to the point where it's like, oh shit, what's
Well,
next?
I was telling you about before we started. I had a class that I was going to have the honor lock extension on my Chrome, right? And if you don't know what honor lock is, it's a lockdown browser, but there is no proctor. Okay, they use AI. That's one of my issues that I have with it is they're using AI and they track your eye movement and things like that. And so I'm one of those, and like I'm going to try to get my doctor to sign off on something or whatever to say I don't have to use that so I can turn it into the university. I'm paranoid. Like at that point, like I'll be doing my test. I'm like, oh crap, is my eyes doing the right thing? Like I'm going to be in my own head thinking like, what if my eyes shift and it triggers and then they bring a proctor in? You know, it's those little things, and I'm like, I can't do that. Well, it's all AI driven.
Well, if you didn't cheat, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
And I don't. So here's the thing: is all my exams, every single one of my exams over the past like almost 2 years that I've been in school, have been open book.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah, online's the way to go.
Except for like the math classes and Spanish are not open book. The Spanish one, get this. You also have to disable your spell check.
Oh yeah. I've actually read, so I
can't spell for shit. I know words, I just can't spell them.
I started my MBA program this week. And
NBA, you're going to play basketball?
I'm going to play basketball.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'll announce the team soon enough. But so I started class back again. And one of the things, because I was looking at it, because AI was not a thing whenever I graduated my undergrad, right?
Sure.
And so now I'm looking at like, what can I and can I not use, and how can you get in trouble? And people are getting in trouble because spell check, and there's a thing called Grammarly, and even just a spell check can trigger their AI testing on your documentation and say, hey, like AI was used.
But that's the thing is like, because even like without even using Grammarly, because I had a teacher several semesters ago that suggested us to use Grammarly. Mm-hmm. And the thing is like I've written legitimate like my own words, right? Did not use AI at all, and checked it against the AI checker, and it said that it was
30% AI.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is no such thing as a good AI detector.
Right. I agree.
Now there's things that the teachers can do, and they put in like white text on a white background, and so it'll put a phrase in there, and then they can just search for the phrase. There's little sneaky things they can do, right? What I use ChatGPT for, though, whenever it's any paper-related stuff, is I actually use it to help me with my outline.
Yeah.
Huh.
I tell it, like, this is what I'm working on. I need you to break down, and then it just breaks it down to where I work section by section, and it just makes it a whole lot easier.
It's kind of how I use it at work quite a bit, and I use it as kind of like a first draft. And then, like, I plug in. I obviously have all the information that I want. I'm really good at prompting it accordingly, and I have it as a first draft, and then I edit accordingly. You know what I mean? And so all it is it's a tool. It's a time saver. And
100%.
It kind of sucks that universities. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But it kind of sucks that we're kind of in this in between spot where we can't use it. You shouldn't use it, but it would really help out, kind of like calculators.
Yeah, none of my emails that I write at work are written by me.
I believe that.
Dude, I've written a response to a review in that to make it as like respectful as possible, but still call her a cunt. So
But how's that prompt look? You write this, respond to this review.
Make it sound as cunty as possible without
saying that they're a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I gotcha.
I feel like I am second guessing myself more than I ever did, though, with AI, because I'm a fairly good writer. But even now, to your point, like normal, just quick 3-sentence emails, I'm like, let me just see what it would do.
Yeah.
you know? And I might make a couple of adjustments, but like it's nice to have it, but it's almost like I don't want to be using it too much, I guess. Is
100%.
my fear.
You know, and it's funny as you get as AI gets more advanced, ChatGPT especially. If you pay for the service, you could upload your own writings and say, I want you to use this as reference for tonality and all that stuff, and it will write shit based off of how you normally write.
Have you, Chad, tried Apple Intelligence to do any of that stuff?
I'm not a fan. Like, I don't like how it does your messages. They're never quite right.
No,
like
they're
how
not.
it summarizes your messages. Other than that, like the only AI that I've enjoyed from Apple Intelligence is the photos, because you can really just make things disappear and they're gone, and it does a really good job of doing that.
Make my dick look bigger.
I mean, it'll just disappear things. So if you want your dick to disappear, it'll do that.
You are now a woman.
I've gotten some wild summaries though.
Yeah.
And so like one of them, it was like shots fired, multiple people at your front door. And it was all the stuff from Ring. And so whenever you're getting all the Ring neighbor stuff, and like I heard gunshots, and it's like
I can't stand it.
And it literally said like shots fired, multiple people at your door, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. Same. And
like,
for,
what is happening?
The Blink camera too. It says like multiple people in cat room. Like, what the fuck's going on?
All right, last thing about technology. We got to move on. We're running out of time. But this is one that I actually wouldn't mind us like doing a little bit of research on and bringing on one of the next couple episodes. Because did y'all look at the CES 2025 at all?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
I don't know
some crazy.
What is that?
It's like the tech.
The Consumer Electronic.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
They have it every year,
Sexpo.
but this year it's just like which is wild. Some of the
Is
stuff
that
they've
where
got.
the AI dolls were? Because I've seen videos of that, and it wasn't like. So these were not like. It wasn't at like a sex convention. I'm going to preface that because I could tell like it looked like a.
Because he knows he's been there before.
There was no scantily clad women. They had him like they had like this AI robot in like normal work clothes. They had a male and a female, and it was like it tracks you. It tracks you with its eyes. It can respond to you. It can talk to you. All sorts of shit.
Well, the AI robots are coming along. Like, who was it? Kai Cenat or whatever his name is. Yeah, he had a robot.
That was a human. That was a human in makeup.
Nuh-uh.
That was not a fucking robot.
Dude, that was a
human.
robot.
That was a fucking human.
That was a robot.
Well, it's like the Tesla robots. Those are
weird looking.
but they were people responding to the answers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But Elon said, and I believe him because he makes these wild claims, and generally he does it. But like, he said within the next year he'll have like 100,000 AI robots made, and in the second year, and this is coming up within 2025, 2026, whatever, they're gonna have like almost 500,000.
They made a movie about this.
Yeah, it was called.
It's called
It was
iRobot.
called Johnny and the Sex Robot.
Oh, it's called iRobot.
You know what?
Different one.
And
You know what?
nobody believed Will Smith until it was too late.
He's just slapping people, and now everybody doesn't believe. So this is what I think they should do with like stuff. You know those things you put your arms in for the blood pressure.
The cuff, yeah.
Dude, why don't they do that on sex robots where it'll like,
I think they already do.
and then like just squeeze it to where it's not that hard, and it feels your heartbeat and it just goes geek.
Moving on, economic. Number 4.
I think they already do that.
Number 4, economic and consumer shock. So a few here. Global economic challenges rather. Inflation and rising living costs affect households worldwide. We're seeing it a lot here.
They're saying so they've said that Fort Worth itself
They got
had
dick-sucking robots?
We saw the highest inflation comparatively to all other cities similar to us.
Because of the mix of people moving here,
Right.
and housing prices going up and normal inflation from others, the amount that we've gone up in comparison to most people, we've become like one of the top.
I also heard a
inflation.
realtor saying that like last year was last year was one of the worst in real estate history since 2014.
I don't think that's true.
I think it is to an extent. I think it is. It was not a seller's market.
It slowed down.
I think because I've seen a lot. I watched Zillow a lot, and I believe I've seen a lot of price cuts. So I don't think it was quite a seller's market as much as it was more of a buyer's market
Agreed.
right now.
But we're still selling a lot of houses.
Right, we're still
keep track
moving
of
that.
shit.
We're still moving that product.
Right. Another one here. Streaming service price hikes. Subscription fees rise for Netflix, Disney, everything else, which was really frustrating to everyone.
Which I've got a mystery Netflix account that I can't find, and it's been drafted in on my account. I had 2 Netflix accounts somehow.
Did you download
You gotta get
Rocket
Rocket
Money?
money. Like
Yeah,
he said.
I have it, and
They'll
it won't
cancel it for you.
It won't let me cancel it.
Go through
This is
every email that you own, or cancel those cards.
I don't know what cards it's set up with.
Cancel all of them. Get new ones.
All right. So despite all the money
That's
issues,
100 cards.
we still had record sales for holiday retail.
Oh,
which
yeah.
which is
I
wild.
believe
to
it.
me.
That's disappointing.
What's disappointing about it is like if you take a look and you go like research numbers like credit card, how where people are like maxing out credit cards and like those pay as you go. What are
The payday loans?
No, you like I know what you're talking about.
Oh, like a firm and
Yeah.
like a firm. Yeah.
those are going nuts because people are like, oh, it's not a credit card, bitch. It's worse than a credit card.
Yeah, the interest you're paying is pretty much higher. Credit cards are what, 28 to 30% interest?
I use a firm. I actually use a firm quite a bit, and the interest isn't bad. Like they have different ones, right? So you can do 0%.
If you have a decent credit, you can do like 0% for 6 payments. Or
And then I've
whatever.
seen some that were like 26%, which is like what a credit.
It's
card
what a credit
is.
card
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
But for a lot of people, it's literally like doubling whatever they're purchasing.
Right. It's stupid to like just let the payments run out. You need to pay it off like a credit card.
Yeah, but even if they did like a year in payments, people with low to decent to low credit are still going to be paying like basically double within the year.
It's like Finger Hut.
Fucking Finger Hut.
So did you ever? You never used Finger Hut, right?
No,
So
I don't
Finger
think
Hut
You ever
was
got
like
the catalogs or nothing? Your mom didn't get
Finger Hut was like this consumer credit thing where it if you had bad credit, you could get a Finger Hut account, and if you buy something, you make the payments, helps boost your credit up. But everything on there's like double the price.
Shit.
It's like appliances and like
all sorts of
homeware,
shit, man.
Yeah.
And then last one here on this category is electric vehicle revolution. Affordable EVs from Tesla and Ford bring sustainability to more consumers. That's another thing that's going to be happening soon is the Tesla taxis. Like that's going to be taken off in the next few years.
Pure EV is not where it's at. And it will not be where it's at anytime soon.
Hybrid's the way to go.
Like your true plug-in hybrid.
Right.
Where you have so Ram is going to be the first. I think they're the first U.S. company that's going to put out. So Daimler, Chrysler, and all that stuff, Dodge, Ram, they're going to put out a truck that has a generator. So it's like a little V6. I think it's like the Pentastar or whatever. It's their V6 they have is actually pretty reliable. It's going to be hooked up to a generator. All it's going to do is produce power. It fills the batteries up. Keeps the batteries charged or charging and supplies power to the dual motor or single motor setup, giving you an effective range of somewhere between 600 to 700 miles.
Damn.
So if you charge your battery up plus have a full tank of gas, you should be able to go about 600 to 700 miles. That's where it's at.
I agree.
Because emissions, it's going to be low to moderate emissions coming out because it's not going up and down. It's going to stay within the power band where it needs to be. It's the same technology they use on locomotives, diesel locomotives, and then there's a company up out of Canada that started producing this on for large big trucks. It's called Edison Motor Works or Edison Motor Company. They're taking logging trucks and converting them to this basically locomotive style generator with electric driveline. That's where it's at.
I agree. I think that it's not, obviously gas is not the way to go. And if you've seen Landman, he does a really good job of kind of explaining gas and oil, which I think is funny. But like, it's not, we live on a world where it's needed, right? Like the people before us created the need for gas and oil.
They made it to where every product essentially
is made out of petroleum.
Yeah.
Right. But also it's one of the cheapest things out there and it's still a very reliable source or resource. However, it's all about balance. So like having your electric, because even electric vehicles, like going out there and getting all the fucking materials for the rechargeable
because you got to get the
batteries.
lithium. You got to get the lithium mines, and the lithium mines require heavy machinery to do all that, plus the child labor and all that shit. But then you start throwing in the wind farms, and those wind farms. What people don't realize is those wind generating electrical things out in West Texas. They have a shit ton of oil in them.
Yeah.
Like it requires oil to let those things go.
Everything requires everything.
But it's a balance, right? Like, so you have some wind, you've got some solar, you've got some EV, you have some gas, you have some diesel. Like, you spread it out. There's no one right answer, but you got to have it spread out so that, like, you're not using all of one fucking resource.
Like,
I'm waiting for nuclear. And honestly,
that's what they're saying.
Easy there, Doc Brown.
I don't think we're that far out because they've now figured out, number one, so, the whole... Everybody's afraid of nuclear weapons and that it'll cause this crazy fallout and all that stuff. That's not necessarily the case in modern nuclear weapons now.
Right.
It causes, concentrated radiation issues in that one little area, but it's not spread out like the old school stuff that you're going to have in like India and Pakistan with those weapons they still have. But they're coming up with these miniature nuclear reactors now. They've looked at creating power plants out of these that are stable and they produce very little waste and they last for 20, 30 plus years without having to change out fuel rods and all that.
Well, a lot of these tech companies are going to be leaning that way here pretty soon just because how much...
It's clean. As long as it doesn't melt down, right?
Right.
It's clean.
But AI takes like 4 times as much power as they thought it was.
Yeah.
And water.
And water.
Right.
Like it's a huge energy and water
Microsoft,
suck.
I think, looked at opening up, starting 3 Mile Island back up or something.
I think Facebook was talking about it too. I think like a lot of Google. I think there's a lot of all the tech companies at this point are trying to figure out how they can like move with nuclear.
Well, I mean, quantum computing can like easily do the data now when it comes to like nuclear fusion. So, like, the breakthrough happened here in the last year.
I always get it mixed up with fission versus fusion.
I think it's fission.
Which one's the good one? Which one's the...
It's fission, isn't it?
I don't know.
You're right. It is jizzin'.
Yeah,
Jizzin'.
Jizzin' I hope
over
this
my
makes
face,
it a TikTok because we'll have someone say, no, it's fusion and it's because blah, blah, blah.
It's definitely not jizzin'.
Fucking tell us what it is.
I'm a virgin and I'm on TikTok and I learned how to cook dinner and buy things. I buy things and I learn how to cook dinner.
We're a bunch of morons when it comes to this stuff, but I know fusion versus fission, and which one's the bad one? I don't know.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Did y'all? So y'all had to have seen, because y'all know more about current events and things like that.
Obviously, we're smart.
Right. Enron.
Like Ron Hubbard, the guy from.
So Enron obviously was a thing that happened years ago, where the company
This is so good.
They were basically like they were shut down because of all of the stealing money.
Well, yeah,
from
there
people.
was a bunch of it was like almost like a Ponzi scheme going on.
So then they sold the basically the name, rights, and logo for dirt cheap, and some group, young kids. I mean, I say that they're probably in their 20s.
They're probably close to 20s or our age.
Yeah, they're young,
somewhere around there.
They purchased it, and they just started going out there and throwing out merch because it's the Enron logo. Like, we've seen it all over the news, and so all the merch is getting snatched up, and then they go on social media, and it looks real as shit.
It looks so real.
I actually had to go and like fact check it.
I did too,
because I'm like, there's no way this is real. So it was like, and it was during CES or around the same time as CES. So it was like they were launching this new product. Did you see this at all, Javier?
and they did it Steve Jobs style.
Yeah. He was on stage. He's like, we got this new product for you. You're not going to believe the breakthrough that we've had. We want to introduce the egg. And it's this egg-like thing that is no bigger than, probably like an ostrich-sized egg. You know what I mean? Like that. And it is a in-home micro nuclear reactor. But it looked so real.
And it was supposed to it would provide power for the next 50 years or something like that.
Yeah, just with one purchase. Like, you're good to go. You just hook up your home to this one thing and you're good to go. And I'm thinking damn, Enron came back hard.
But the way they did it, dude, it looked like an old school Steve Jobs Apple, the new iPhone type thing. It was the most insane thing that I've seen. I think, it was last year,
right?
Whenever it came out, last year. I too had to fact check this. I was like,
well, it came out weeks ago.
It was okay.
The egg
So
thing, yeah.
Okay, so
very
recently. Okay. I had to go on there and look. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna buy one.
It was on their website, like this new release.
I immediately was trying to buy one.
You had to I had to go to news things, and they're like, yes, it is a hoax. Just letting everyone know this is a hoax, because they're coming around, and it's more of like Enron's taking this comedy stance now, kind of like they're just trying to
kind of
fuck
like
with
whenever
people.
Radio Shack
that's what
came
right
back.
at Radio Shack
Right.
with the Twitter, right?
And Enron was going to do I think a altcoin or something like that too. Like,
Yeah.
They're like, all right, great. They're going to pull the rug again.
God
You know what I
damn
mean? But whatever. I thought that was pretty interesting. I also thought something was interesting before we get into this last category is I haven't heard the episode yet, but Mark Zuckerberg was on
Joe Rogan. Oh, dude.
And he was talking some mad shit about Apple, and he was right. I think he's right.
But he was also talking shit about so he said that during the Biden administration, they were constantly getting phone calls from their people screaming at them and saying some nasty stuff, telling them to take this down about the vaccines and
Well, that's
stuff
why
like
they
that.
started the fact check thing, right?
No. They were wanting them to remove stuff on there that was actually accurate. That was the whole thing. And so now he's come out, Zuckerberg has come out and said, we're not doing the fact check. It's going to be, we'll allow people to fact check themselves kind of thing. It's going back to old school Facebook.
It's kind of funny that he's kind of through each
He's a bro
administration.
now?
Well, through each administration, he just kind of changes his tune.
Oh yeah, it seems like he is it seems like he's straight up a one of the Rogan bros now.
Right.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
all
look at
right.
the curly hair and the gold chain he wears.
And the
Yeah.
big shirts. He's looking like the dude.
He's into MMA. He's
Apparently, he's a fucking badass too. The dude can fight.
He likes smoking meats.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hunts
With
all his food.
With his baby, was it
Sweet
old baby
ba-
Ray?
Sweet baby Ray. Sweet baby Ray.
On the group chat, we got a fission thing. Fission splits a heavy element with a high atomic mass number into fragments, while fusion joins two light elements with a low atomic mass number, forming a heavier element. In both cases, energy is freed because the mass of the remaining nucleus is smaller than the mass of the reacting nuclei. From Google, not my nerd brain. Shout out to Christy.
I will say this real quick. The whole TikTok ban, though, is partially because of Zuckerberg.
I believe that.
So Zuckerberg, so Meta and Google spent billions lobbying against TikTok.
Of course they did. It's
They
their
wanna get-
only competitor.
Right, they want to get rid of it. And here's what's funny. Here's the funniest thing, though, is that it kind of backfired. Yeah, because everybody switched over to Red Note.
Yeah.
He was expecting everybody to go to Reels.
Go to Reels. Go to Meta. Reels are trash.
Yeah. I told Tammy, I'm like,
They're
look,
old.
I'm not going to watch.
We've already seen them because we watched TikTok.
I'm like, I'm not
They're
going to.
old.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I sent you something with this. I'm like, yeah, I already saw it. I saw it on TikTok like a month ago.
The searchability and the algorithms are not quite as good on Instagram as they are on TikTok. I know that for sure.
Look, I built my For You page brick by brick.
Dude, me too. Kitties and titties. Like, that's.
Dude.
No, I'm kidding. It's cats and like food and TikTok shop shit.
Come the
What?
19th.
They come.
Come now.
Come the 19th, my life will not change at all.
I know, because you don't doom scroll.
I just don't. I just don't. All right.
He does. He does. He sure as shit does.
Dude, I'll show you. How can I? I'll show you my iPhone. Like, won't it tell me how many minutes I was on TikTok?
Hey, God, I gotta. Speaking about the summarize of alerts, right? So, Ring. Here we go. Black and white dog running around, helicopter circling near River Oaks. It does me no good. I have no idea what's happening.
All right, hold on. Let's all go to our phones. Where on your phone does it tell you like how much you've spent on certain things?
Oh, in your settings.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to settings. Is it general?
Screen time.
Screen time. Okay.
Oh, this is good.
I want to figure out what everyone's top thing is. Let's do.
Okay, so you
do the
go
week.
to.
Top five.
Top five.
Is there a top five?
Yeah, yeah. If you go click on where it says daily average, so you go screen time. It says see all app and website activity. Click on that, and then most used.
All right, you go first, Tim.
All right,
TikTok
top
number
five.
one.
TikTok's number one at 5 hours and 46 minutes.
Fuck off.
Chrome 3 hours 42 minutes. YouTube 2 hours 37 minutes. Facebook 2 hours 20 minutes, and Red Note 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Damn, that's
2
quite
hours
a
and
bit.
12 minutes.
That's quite a bit of time, man.
Yeah.
Is that this week or last week?
This just shows. It's just showing my most. Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see.
Let me see the front of yours.
That's this week.
Let me see. Hold on, let me see. How's that? How come mine doesn't do that?
I don't know.
What?
But mine's down. You know, that's the thing. Is like, it's all down.
Dude, you turn your activity off. You did this shit on purpose.
I swear to Christ,
You did this shit on purpose.
No, I didn't.
You're like, they're not going to catch me slipping.
So if we
You're
go
gonna
by,
catch me watching
if we go by day,
Safari.
I've spent an hour and 10 minutes on Red Note and only 27 minutes on TikTok.
Which week?
This just for today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this week for me, it was 3 hours and 6 minutes on Instagram, 2 hours and 44 minutes on Google Maps, 2 hours on Pokemon Go. I picked that back up.
It's okay.
Because Danny. An hour and 27 minutes on Facebook and an hour and 6 minutes on ChatGPT.
Is he moved back up here now?
No, February 3rd.
February 3rd. Okay.
Yeah,
we'll have to have him. We'll go to Crystal Springs.
Yeah, for sure. He'll love it. He's never been to Gusto's either. We were talking about that last
Oh,
time.
we got to do both.
But yeah, dude, I don't. TikTok's not even on the list. Like, I'm going all the way down. I'm past 5
Congratulations, you're not a doom scroller. What do you do with your time?
Masturbate.
Dude, anything else? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Like, TikTok is not even on this list.
Fucking brain rot is all it is.
Also, I'll tell you what. I turn off notifications on some of my, like, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook. I turn off notifications for everything except for Instagram, so I don't even have to, like, I only go to things that notify me because I don't know. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
And so I don't think about it. That's it. All right. Last category. We're running way the fuck over. We got to get out
Hour
of
and
here.
37 minutes, buddy.
All right. Cultural shifts and lifestyle trends. 1. NFL playoff drama, unexpected upsets, and standout performances captivate sports fans, setting up a wild Super Bowl. Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Damn. The way it's looking right now, I want to say
It ain't going to be the Commanders.
no, it's not. But they're doing really good.
They're doing very well.
The Lions, I think, will come out on top. They'll be the NFC's pick for the AFC. Man, it's really. I would say it's a toss
You're
up.
saying Lions.
I'm saying Lions
All
for the
right.
NFC. For the AFC, it's going to be a toss-up between the Buffalo Bills and the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to pull through,
Yep, agreed.
only because I don't think that because, I mean, they've been playing.
I would like for them not to.
I mean, I'd love to see a three-peat because, like, he's already going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Travis Kelce and
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. I think they're both first ballot.
I would like to go to a Chiefs game though.
Yeah.
Just to sit in that stadium.
That'd be cool.
But I will say this, like, you saw the Minnesota Vikings lose pretty bad. I will say that one of those wins was all because of Mike the Bike's cousin, because he scored all the points.
Yeah.
He scored every field.
He's with the Vikings now, right?
He's with the Patriots right now.
He's with the Patriots.
He signed to their he signed to a future contract and their practice squad.
Oh, nice.
But Mike the Bike's cousin scored all the points in a win a month back, and he got the game ball. It was really cool to see. So
I would love to see the Lions Chiefs. I really would.
I think it'd be Lions Chiefs, and I don't know who would win that.
It'd be
I
kind of
wouldn't mind
nice to
seeing
not
the Bills
see
though.
It'd be kind of nice to see the Chiefs not in the Super Bowl for once.
Yeah.
Just kind of like change it up. If it wasn't the Chiefs, I think it'd be cool to see the Texans.
No, they're too young. They're not going to go in.
I know they're not, but it would be cool.
Lamar,
And Lions would tear them apart.
dude, I want to see the Ravens because Lamar Jackson has been such a great quarterback for the past couple of years. MVP obviously last year, and he's won multiple. So, but it would be fun to see someone different. It'd be fun to see the Bills and the Lions. I think it'd be fun.
Nice.
It'd be a fun Super Bowl.
Nice.
All right.
I'm just going to read through these.
Yeah,
They're not
go-
even,
yeah,
some
go
of
for
these
it.
are not worth talking through,
Sure,
really. But
sure.
Fitness trends in 2025. Fitness tech adoption grows as people embrace at-home workouts and virtual trainers.
I like the idea of that mirror thing. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's pretty neat. DIY, do-it-yourself culture on the rise. Inflation and supply chain delays push people toward do-it-yourself home improvement. And honestly, the do-it-yourself everything recently has become like more and more.
Well, they got real big with COVID, and it just never went away.
Right.
But also, TikTok had a good hand in that too.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Teaching people how to do things. YouTube as well.
I started following this person on TikTok. Build It Like Becker, I think is what her name is. And she does furniture flipping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
cool.
dude, and the stuff that she comes up with, I'm like,
Picking up from garage sales and shit like
yeah,
that, right?
and like she is putting out some awesome stuff.
Quadruples her
Oh,
money.
oh yeah,
Dude, Tammy picks meals like she sees on Instagram. Or
that's
like
what
whatever you
Jesse
find.
does. Yeah,
Yeah, Sarah does it too.
I love that, dude. It sucks that they're taking this stuff away, even though they might not. But I mean,
I know.
just all the DIY stuff that you're saying. It's just been such a help.
Future of work, hybrid models, and AI productivity tools reshape workplaces, which not for the best.
Yeah, not so much the hybrid models either.
Yeah, not anymore because there's like all the big companies are going back to office.
You know why though? It's
because
they
they're
have
quiet
these.
firing.
It's because they. No, well, no, I don't think it's.
They're
partially
forced firing.
It's
Yeah.
partially.
Yeah.
It's partially that, but they also have like, I mean, at your organization, there is a very large piece of real estate that they own, and they're like, we need to put people in it. Right.
Listen, it's not even just that. There's a whole microeconomy. Like I don't want to get into it because I don't like talking about my place of work.
Right, I
but
know.
like prices at the cafeteria have gone up like 30%. It's like you have to come here, but now the prices of food
Right.
and drink have gone up 30%.
Yeah.
It's like, so now they've got like money coming in where everyone is like blowing money on gas and parking and all this shit, and they're just making it all. You know, it's fucking wild.
Yeah,
They're just trying to recoup from COVID.
I went out to Dallas not that long ago to go see a show, and we went to Deep Ellum.
Okay.
And so drove right down that street.
Right.
And ended up over on Elm Street, and there's a parking garage I normally park at that's right next to the factory. So on a weeknight, it's only maybe $12 or $13, unless they've got some big show playing, and then you're going to pay $25. Mm-hmm. There was a surface lot right next to Twisted Root Burger, and the club I was going to is right next to that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to park here. There's no pricing, nothing up on but there's a parking lot attendant walking around making sure people are paying. She's like, oh yeah, you go over there and scan the QR code. So I go over and scan the QR code. $30.
Shit.
God damn.
$30 in the middle of the week.
That's wild.
Dude, on the group chat, I still use Pinterest for all that stuff. I still use Pinterest too.
Yeah.
I use it for like how I wanted to dress for my brother's wedding. Like I got that idea from Pinterest.
Yeah.
So
So does that cover everything?
Yeah, there was a thing about how like the Academy Awards or whatever it was, Golden Globes, what was it?
yeah, Golden Globes. That were the like
Golden Gloves?
Golden Gloves.
Golden Globes. Yeah, and then recession fears mount, concerns over potential global recession loom very heavy this year, which
Yeah.
I think
I
is-
felt like we've been in a recession this entire time, though.
I don't think it's gotten as bad as it's about to.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I don't know. I have a feeling like I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that stocks and all these like cryptos are going up, 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 and then as soon as Trump comes in, everything's gonna.
Well, they've been down for the past week.
Yeah,
They jump back up
the S&P
today.
They just
500
jump.
went
Yeah, they
down.
jump
They
back up today.
But it's just been so back and forth.
The trend normally, whenever an incoming president's going into office, is there is a bump up of the economy, like
Right.
stocks and all that stuff. But that's normal. It always happens. It's
Yeah.
the prosperity of the thought of a new administration and seeing what's going on. So I, mean, I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean,
We'll
so it is.
see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think it's gonna get weird.
All right. Well, I think we covered everything.
That was fun, man. It's
Yeah.
good to see y'all. It's
Me
been
too.
so long.
It's been too
It
long.
has been a
Too
while.
long.
If you don't already do so, please make sure you follow us on all things social media at The Funky Panther. Give us a call. Leave us a voicemail. 817-677-0408. We actually have a couple voicemails, but we'll get to that on the next show. You can find all of this at thefunkypanther.com. And that's it. Stay good, everybody. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
I'm disappointed still.
And we are
The Funky Panther!
Happy 5th anniversary, boys. Woo!